welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something, well, small but really important in electronics. The resistor.
That's right, tiny little thing.
We've got a video script to work from, and the goal is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Help you understand what resistors do and, why they matter so much.
Absolutely. They're fundamental. You find them everywhere, these little workhorses. They control the electricity in, well, almost everything electronic.
Okay, so let's start there. What is a resistor, fundamentally?
Well, at its core, it's a component designed to control electrical current, to limit how much flows through a circuit.
Limited.
Think about water in pipes. If you have a really wide pipe, lots of water flows easily, right?
Sure.
That's like low resistance for electricity. Lots of current can flow. But if you put a narrow section in that pipe...
It restricts the flow, less water gets through.
Exactly. That narrow section is like a resistor. It restricts the flow of electrical current. Higher resistance means less current gets through. We measure that resistance in ohms, by the way.
Okay, that water pipe analogy helps a lot. It really clicks. But why do we need to restrict it? Can't we just let the electricity flow freely?
Well, that's the key point. Too much current can be a really bad thing for many electronic components.
Bad how?
It can damage them permanently. Think about delicate parts like LEDs, sensors, even the tiny microchips in your phone. They can only handle so much current.
So too much is, like, overwhelming them.
Precisely. It generates too much heat, and they can just, well, burn out. Resistors prevent that. They act as a crucial safety measure.
Okay, so they're protectors. They stop things from getting fried.
That's a big part of it, yeah, preventing electrical overload. But it's not just protection. They also help make circuits do specific things.
Right, not just passive guards.
Yeah.
So where else do we see them working? Give us some everyday examples.
Okay, well, protecting LEDs is super common. Connect an LED straight to power, it'll probably die almost instantly. Way too much current.
Okay. Needs that resistor.
Definitely. Also, setting the speed of small motors, limiting the current can slow them down, and adjusting volume on speakers involves resistors too, controlling the electrical signals.
Interesting. Motors and volume too. Okay, so they're clearly doing important jobs. Now, the video script mentioned a color code. How do we know what a specific resistor does?
Yeah.
They all look kind of similar, just little cylinders with stripes?
Yeah, they do. And that's where those stripes, the colored bands, come in. It's a standardized system, actually quite clever.
So the colors mean something specific.
Exactly. Each color stands for a number. You read the bands in order. Usually the first 2 or 3 give you the main digits of the resistance value.
There's usually another band, right? Sometimes gold or silver.
Right. That last band, often set a bit apart, tells you the tolerance, like how accurate the resistor's value is supposed to be, plus or minus 5%, 10%, that kind of thing.
Okay. The video mentioned brown. Black-red means 1 kilo ohm. That's 1,000 ohms.
Yep, that's a classic. Brown is 1, black is 0, and the third band, red, means multiply by 100. So 10 times 100 gives you 1,000 ohms, or 1K ohm.
And red, brown.
Red is 2, so 2, 2, and brown means multiply by 10. That gives you 220 ohms.
Got it. So you don't need to memorize it maybe right now, but the point is those colors tell someone who knows the code exactly what resistance to expect.
Precisely. It's a quick visual language for its electrical property. Tells you instantly how much it's going to resist that flow of current.
So back to the pipe analogy.
Yeah.
The colors tell you how narrow that pipe is meant to be.
Perfect way to think about it. Yeah. The video called it a traffic officer for electricity, didn't it? Making sure everything flows safely and smoothly.
Yeah, I like that. So let's wrap this up. Resistors. They are absolutely fundamental. They control the flow, protect the delicate stuff.
In pretty much every electronic device you can think of.
And that color code, while it looks a bit cryptic at first, is just a simple way to read its value, its function.
Exactly. Without them, forget about complex, reliable electronics. It just wouldn't work.
Which leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? Consider how this really basic job, just managing flow, allows for all the amazing tech we have. It makes you wonder, what other simple, maybe hidden components are playing roles just as vital? Something to ponder. Thanks for joining our deep dive today.